Previously on Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Oh my god, it's a big crash. That was not good. This truck's very, very quick indeed. 16 kilometers away. Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's been an interesting week. How's your week been? I'm still on a little bit of a mission though. I think we're almost finished. I think we need to get down here to these two, and then we've got it. So we need to get to Malmo, and then we need to go to Trellsborg, something like that. We need to get down here. I think that's us done for this area. I think, apart from obviously then we've got this side, what's that called? Is it the Black Sea or something like that? Can't remember what it was. But, yeah, we're doing really well, actually. I mean, looking at this map, there's only certain places I have to do, which is here. Sort of, Poland. Yeah. We're getting through it, actually, to be honest. We'll maybe need another map soon, I think is the answer to that. We haven't done much. We haven't finished the UK. Can't believe I've got Edinburgh and Cambridge, of all places, that I haven't got. Been to Aberdeen, but not been there. And why has Aberdeen not got sailing routes across? Quite convinced it does normally. Anyway, let's have a little look and see if we can find a freight job that's going to take us to down that side of the countryside. Let's have a little look. Let's see if we've got one that takes us. Come on. I love the way that this is such trauma. I can't believe that. Why doesn't anybody want to take us a job down that way? Why don't they want to go that way? Why do they always want to go some different direction? You'd have thought, these look like, that's a major port there, and that looks like a major city. You'd have thought that we'd have actually had the opportunity to do one. Can I type the word Malmo in there? Malmo? Oh, that's Le Mans. It's not even close. Does take us past it, though. How big's that run? 2,000 kilometres. It's kind of tempting. Because we could do a good chunk of it. 2,000 kilometres. 31 hours. It's probably broken into 3, this one. I mean, we do like a good long run sometimes. So we're probably a good 5 hours worth there. Let's have a look. I'm trying to work it out in my head. So we need to probably just stop about there. About there, Ossenbruck, which is where we've actually got a garage, and then probably a run, or Dortmund and Ossenbruck, and then a run through. We could probably do that one. It's urgent delivery, though. That's the only thing that's worrying about that one, because that means the time is very much of essence here. 31 hours. It's 2,000 kilometres. Maybe not. Maybe not. So that was that one, Naples. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's a 2-person job. That's even perfect. That one can actually go there, and then we can even... Can we go, maybe take the trip across the sea? We can maybe do that, actually. So we can maybe go in here, into here, take the trip off across the sea. Where does that... Do you think that takes us? No, it takes us too long. Well, no, that's fine. That one works. So we could do that part. Hopefully get to here. And then we're on the way for the next part. That actually kind of works, that one. What's that one? Is that urgent as well? It is urgent. IPC containers. So these are big sort of plasticated containers. You'll have seen them. They're like large sort of, I guess, hand sanitizer blocks. You'll have seen lots of those. What's Rossenberg? Oh, even easier. It's a 13-hour trip. Do we need a stop in between? Beef. I haven't even been to Rossenberg either. Oh, sorry, Rostock. Rostock. Why did I say Rossenberg? I have no idea. Rostock. A little bit on land, bit of 13-hour journey. Yeah, I think that's our one. I think we can probably clear off the remaining one. It's a relatively urgent delivery. Let's do the beef. Let's do the beef. We need some beef. I've got beef with the beef. We'll get the beef going. Need more coffee this morning. It's been a long week. We're going to get things sorted this week, so hang on. Oh, coffee is good. Right, let's have a little look. I can't even remember where we are. Somewhere. Let's start the engine. And let's drive. I think we have to go out the way we came in. So it's over here. Okay, so bottom right-hand corner is the GPS, which shows our destination. It says we're 2 kilometers away, but first we've got the speed, which on top row is 0 kilometers, and the gear we're starting off in is A5 automatic 5. It's going to be awkward, I can tell. A5, and then a next little picture along is the damage to the truck. We're out. The damage to the truck, which is of course very minimal because it's a brand new truck. This is our new MAN TXG NX GX, I think it is the GX model. Oh, that's naughty. And then we've got the fuel, which is only got a quarter, sort of a couple of pixels worth of fuel missing. Then we've got the bed, which slowly goes blue, and then finally goes red, and I then scream a lot and cry because I usually end up crashing into anything. Usually because we're so fatigued. I like to think it's actually more like a taco, so that it's the kind of your driving time is up. It's funny though, the European Truck Simulator, you get less time to drive than you do in the American one. So I guess it really is that tachometer thing for driving in Europe. We go, and then the envelope, which is sadly underused. It's only really used when you first start the game. It's kind of it's the thing that gets you to sort of the sort of teaches you the basics of driving, and well, it's not even driving, the basics of company management. So if you ever want to see it, have a little look at the first few episodes of the game itself that I put on, or alternatively have a little look at the American Truck Simulator. It's very much the same thing. It just shows you how the bank works, basically. Let's have that one. Let's take this job. Sorry about sniffing a little bit there. And then we've got the time, which is 10:37. Where's this truck I need? There it is. It's over there. It's the one with the. Oh, that's a weird car jump parking place. This one. Anyway, right. Let's turn this around. Turbo King, rather than Thermo King, which is kind of like the brand leaders in refrigerated trucks. Anyway, so back of the truck, we've got that horseshoe-shaped thing called the fifth wheel. We have to hit that on the bottom of this truck, which is called into a thing called the pin, which sort of dangles down. Might be able to see one on one of these ones as I turn along a little bit. You can see one there, and that one's just underneath the back wheels. You can see the sort of pin in the middle there, dangling down. You have to hit the two things together. Still rocking the sort of version of Mark Middleton's design. It's on Twitter. Have a little look. I'm sure I've actually mentioned him previously in previous videos. So push the two things together. Now I've got advanced coupling on, so this is suggested to me by Mark. That was terrible parking, by the way. You can tell because it's not really level. And I basically have to hit the two things together absolutely perfectly. Otherwise, the truck doesn't latch. I mean, the default mode is to sort of anywhere nearby and you can latch the truck on. But I'll tell you now, there is something good about doing that when you feel it jam into position and it actually does what it wants to do. So let's press T to watch the legs go up. They are going up, and watch the hoses go on. It's very close to the back of there, isn't it? So scooped in the whole thing. Plus F3 to have a little look at this in by itself. Oh look, there's a huge reflection of a man in the Nordic crown. Look at him, it's reflected massively. Huge reflection. He's like 17 feet tall. Anyway, let's go. So we got oh no, we're not going yet. M for map. We need to make some alterations to this map. So we have to go. I need to go there. Wrong side of the road. Hang on. I need to go there. And it's going to go... funnily enough, look, it's going to go into the place to rotate round. I'm half tempted to do that. Go in here, take the. I mean, the probably longer trek across, but see whether we can do it by going that way. We might just do a bit of cheating here, rather than doing that extra miles there. We might go in there and then go across and then go to Rostock. That might be the way to do it. Let's give it a go anyway. So we have it on. We have it booked in now anyway to do the whole thing. So let's get out of here. No more beeping the old engine. We've been having a really interesting time recently thinking about electrification again. It sort of dawned on me again about the whole electrification. I think that the haulage industry though is very much waiting for the arrival of some of the alternative fuel, or possibly I think hybrids are probably one of the factors involved in this. Right? What's going on? Traffic ahead is blocked. Yeah, I think hybrids are probably the answer for it all kind of thing. But I've been thinking about it. It's been sort of it's strange because I think the problem the truck drivers have got and the haulage industry, and we all know this, is that you have to recharge these things, and the whole range anxiety that people have with electrical vehicles will continue until you get to the point where you can guarantee that you have 300-400 miles, and it's guaranteed. So even if your car sort of says 500, but you know you're going to get at least 300 because it's freezing cold, or it's too hot, because electrified vehicles don't like the heat either. There's no middle ground with this. It's a bit like solar panels and solar energy, isn't it? Solar panels are only effective up to about 25 degrees C. Any temperature over that, and remember they are pointed towards the sun, means that they lose for every 1%. They're 1% up. So 26 degrees. Sorry, 1% degree wise goes up. You lose. I think it's 0.68% of your thing. So only about 0.5%. But basically, if you've got very hot, it's very hot indeed. Those solar panels on your roof that you thought were going to get more out of it because the sun's beating down are not. So funnily enough, you're not getting the percentiles out of it. You're probably getting a lot of energy, but it's just not as efficient. And here we go, flying around this corner again at full whack. Feeling like I'm bouncing around the whole thing again. There's a lot of give in this cab. There's a lot of give. But yeah, so not so efficient realistically. It's I mean the world is trying obviously to find ways to kind of sort its fuel economy. The funny thing about this is when I was in the early sort of when I was growing up as a kid, and I remember being told by the year 2000 we'd run out of oil and that the world would be a desert planet, which it isn't. And this was in school. This wasn't even something. This is the education I was being taught. So I was being told that the whole place would be a desert and that we'd run out of fuel and that we would actually never be able to. We'd all be scrapped. Like, I actually genuinely thought by the time I got to 2000. Or as I got towards 2000, as a child, this is what I was taught in school, that I was going to die before then, that I would never make the age that I am now. It was impossible. The world was just going to have it, and we'd all be living in shacks and sort of and no. Thank you. I thought for a minute they was going to pull out on me. We were all going to live in the. We were all going to live sort of in post-apocalyptic sort of Mad Max generation of the truck been naughty and he's just rubbernecking. That's not good. Unless he's turning off. No, he's just rubbernecking. That's lovely. That's what we like to see. A man rubbernecking. But yeah, so I was told that this was it. It was all the end. You know, all this fossil fuel would be gone, and we wouldn't have anything left. Yet we've found other ways to provide fuel for the world. Some of them we're not so happy with. Some of them we are happy with. I never understand how biomass works, though. Have you seen biomass? It's one of these things I've been sort of given the opportunity of watching recently in my my workplace. There is a field of willow which grows apparently quite quickly that is being cut down at this point. It's actually a little bit past its due date for cutting down, so it's only meant to grow to about 12 feet. This is about 24 feet tall, so you know, several meters, five-ish meters ish. 6 meters maybe. Anyway, but 6 meters high. So it's quite tall. It's meant to be cut down. And it's being turned into pellets to be, or it's going to be dried out and then burnt because it's sort of being ground up in the process. And the thing that crosses my mind is, surely if you're burning a tree, the outcome is going to be carbon dioxide. Is it not? Or am I getting this wrong? You know, is this something that isn't going to be carbon dioxide from? I don't know. It just seems odd. I thought that, you know, that the carbon emissions would be a part of that whole process. So I don't really get that one. So how's that biodiesel? Well, it's because it's made from trees. I think you can, you know, as much as I'd like to say anything, but the blooming trees grow everywhere, or can grow everywhere. Biodiesel. So when I put stuff in my personal log burner at home, which I bought not to keep the heat in the house, but because I quite like a fire. I grew up with a fire as a kid. But wow, stunning, isn't it? But yeah, you know, when I put that log in the log burner, of course it's generating. There's gonna be some carbon emissions. I don't know the answers to these things, but I do ponder them occasionally. I think that's what I like to do, ponder the situation. I certainly think that if the electrification of truck journeys are going to happen, you're going to have to do, when you get to a journey, you're going to have a plug at every depot, or at least several plugs at every depot for trucks to plug into to charge up as they go. I'm not sure about the current hybrid situation either, because the current hybrid situation requires a plug-in, and that's just a tax dodge, by the way. It's no other reason. It's actually a pointless exercise. You can actually get a decent hybrid that recharges itself. Whoa! Recharges itself as it goes. You know, self-regeneration. But the general gist of it is that if you want to avoid some of those taxes and whatever else is, and you know that everybody wants to avoid those taxes, you need one that doesn't self-regen. Well, it does self-regen, but it doesn't. But it doesn't regen. Doesn't regen. And do you know something? I just stopped for a second there. I doubt you heard it on the microphone. I heard the sound of a child screaming in the house in the background. Sort of. I was like, what? Why are we hearing screaming? Do you know what it was? Getting out of bed. Can you imagine having to get out of bed? You feel so rotten, you have to have a scream. I suppose that's every day, isn't it, really? You get out of bed and oh my God, I have to get up and go to work. Screaming in the bed, you know, so yeah, we've had a child screaming. I mean, and in his case, it's only getting out of bed because, like, the start of the day, nobody's actually asking him to get out of bed for any other particular reason. He's got, you know, he's got his lunch to come and everything. It's brilliant, but yeah, we just had screaming as he got out of bed. Amazing. It was a proper scream as well. It was a proper. You know, father stopped and thought for a second there. Is he all right? And then I heard the sort of the momentary moat of the whole thing. I'm gonna get rid of this because I'm about to make a hash of this. I don't mean to, but I may very well make a hash of this. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Survived. Oh no, maybe not. clobbered it on the edge there just as I went round. Didn't need that paintwork anyway. It's not like they've got some really nice important livery on the side of their vehicle. Livery on my work van's coming on nicely. It just needs they need a little bit more film for the back. Oh look, planes. Yeah, looking very nice actually. To be honest with you, I'm very pleased with it. It's got a couple of the people doing it missed the I forgot to get the film for the back of it, or should I say, wanted to start the job but hadn't got the film completely for the back of it. That's really nice. That looks like a canal, doesn't it? It doesn't look like a river, because it's all matching in size-wise. But yeah, I wanted to start it, so it's missing just the the film you get on the back, which you can see through as a driver, but as a company logo on the back, looks quite nice actually. I have to admit, it's sort of sported up the van a little bit, added at least 5 horsepower for the use of colours. It's really nice. Speeding. Oh. We're going again. It's like a little alarm clock. Oh. I've had to get out of bed and it's a bit rough. It's quite funny, really. Oh, the joys of autism, his approach to it. The rest of us, we go, oh no. His things with autism would just have a little, like go off like a little siren, sort of squeaking. He's seen his mum now. Like he's making sort of noises because he sees his mum. Oh, he's very cross. He's very cross this morning. He's very angry about everything. Oh, hang on. I think this is going to require some interaction from Dad. You hang on a second, peoples. I'm just going to pull over here and I'll come back to you. Hang on a second. I'm coming. So I'll see you in a second. Hang on. Right, well that was a bit traumatic. So the screaming, which was basically I'm getting out of bed, was also that he decided that he'd wrap himself up in part of the blind in his bedroom, which he then pulled all the way around himself and got himself trapped in. And when Mum went up to help, because he was there, it was even more hassle. So we've had to repair the blind. It's been marvellous. The joys of autism are fantastic sometimes. You just wonder, don't you? I mean, I did stupid things as a kid, but as you get a little older, you do get a little bit more common sense. It just doesn't seem to apply when you've got a child with autism. Unfortunately, it just doesn't. Look at this. This is a terrible corner, leaning left and right on this. I do feel like I'm. Oh God, I'm like on the curb. I'm leaning the whole way. There's a bit of curvature to this sort of this bit of road. Seriously, it's a very. I can guarantee it's a very manoeuvrable truck. But anyway, yes. So autism is a great thing, unfortunately, but not in a good way. Sometimes it's lovely. Sometimes it adds for entertainment, but a lot of the time it's not much fun. Sometimes, anyway. There's a Swedish flag, and their little marina. They've got their little marina. We haven't taken a boat for ages. I was saying during the American Truck Simulator one that I was actually behind a boat on the motorway on the back of a truck, and I don't think they'd locked the propellers in place. So there's a watery thing here. There's a dinosaur-y thing there on the sides of the road. Anyway, they hadn't locked the propellers, I don't think, in position, so these things were spinning by themselves, free spinning within the whole thing as they went along the road. So it looked like the propellers were actually going as the speedboat was taken along the motorway. I say speedboat, was pretty big for a speedboat. It's pretty long, actually, pretty massive. Don't you get those really big ones that are like sports ones? They got those sports ones, don't they? They're huge. Right, so I think this is just going to pop into now to I think, or maybe not. I don't even know how far along the road we are, to be honest with you. Let's have a look at the let's look at the GPS information down the bottom. 616 kilometres to go, 10 hours. Right. Getting in at 12:26 in the morning. Yeah, I think we're on the way well and truly here, but I'm not sure how far away we are from our final destination. I think this is our funny turn off here now, though, because it looks like we're going to go off instead of staying with the road. Doesn't say Malmo though. Thought it would say Malmo. I don't know. She's saying going off this journey here. I've just kind of stopped looking at the drivers, you know. Although I've got lots of drivers, I've just kind of stopped looking at how much income they're generating. I think once you get to a certain point, it becomes more of a lifestyle company rather than a serious business. You know, it's we're kind of making. I am slowing down quite a lot, by the way, because of the fact that this thing blooming leans. Look at it. Ah, shit! Crashed it into it. And just because I was saying how much it leans, I've just done damage to the truck there. I heard that actually clobbering. No sign. Leave the sign alone. I'm going to go into this lane. Terrible. Stockholm. Also a syndrome. It's where the prisoners start empathising with their captors, and then become okay with the routine of it all. Very weird. Sort of. I guess it was the experiment was in Stockholm, or the person was called Stockholm, or something similar. They kind of came up with that one. They've done it quite a lot of times, that experiment, haven't they? I think it's the time you spend with your captors and whatever else is, you'd kind of become sort of, you empathise with them eventually. Wow. That's good old Volvo. You know you're in Sweden when you've got a Volvo. Making your way through the country.
Immer geradeaus.
It's a great game, is this. And to be honest with you, it'll probably be on sale at the moment as well. It'll be back on the old Steam sale. I mean, I got it when it was cheap. Because I wasn't really sure, so I just bought it when it was cheap, and then discovered I really enjoyed playing Euro Truck Simulator. I did have a brief break though on the old channel, and it was Bobster who actually brought me back. Bobster commented on one of my sort of early videos where there's a little bit of a gap, and he commented, can you do some more of this? And I put it back on again, kind of not really expecting to spend any time on it, and then just got really I fell back in love with the whole thing, so I've done that as a sort of, and I've done that ever since. I've been playing it ever since. Sort of every week you've had an episode since that lovely little first comment. So it kind of brought me back to the game. I quite enjoyed it, obviously. So it's been nice. Thanks, Bobster. I always say that. I always thank Bobster. I always think he's on holiday. I think he's an international jet setter. I've always believed that he's basically he's in the UK for tax purposes about 14 days a year. The rest of the time he spends round the world in the Algarve, and he's probably in the Alps at the moment, finishing off the skiing. As we speak at this time, he's definitely a busy man. Bobster is an international jet setter, he knows it. Anyway, coffee. That's a tad cold now, unfortunately. It's alright, I'll live. I've got a strong stomach for this kind of stuff. I got a free one the other day. It was absolute godsend. I'm a big fan of, if you're gonna have to go through things like service stations and other things, and you spend time on the road, I always just get the apps, because you might as well get the apps for the providers that are there, the fast food joints and the coffee houses and all this kind of stuff, because you might as well generate something from if you're going to buy a coffee there anyway, and you just go, oh, sod it, I'm going to spend a fortune on a cup of coffee. You might as well get that. It's terrible from Kathy C. $594 euros, should I say, euro dollars. But yeah, so I might as well get it. So I'd generated enough for a cup of coffee the other day. It was quite nice. It was kind of like, yep, I'll have the large and I'll have the syrup. Chug it all in there, make me happy as with my cup of coffee. That's what I need. I need some coffee goodness. 8 hours and 19 minutes. It's a long drive, this one. Kind of annoying as well, because these guys are all going so slowly. I'm going to pull out. Come on, guys. Don't know why you're going so slowly, but we need to get a shift on. We need a little shift on, gents and ladies. There we go. I see. Just as a side, I see Microsoft are turning off the services for their 360 product. Some of the services for their 360 product this year or this month. The Xbox 360, I love that. I was one of my favourite consoles, to be honest. I watched with interest the PlayStation generation, because I was a PlayStation man. I was always a PlayStation man when it came to consoles. I went PlayStation 1 and PlayStation. I didn't do PlayStation 2. Kind of did it briefly. Literally sold it within a short length of time, because by then I was on PCs again. But the generation for the 360 was an opportunity to basically have PC gaming, or the PS3 as well. PC gaming on your HD monitor or HD TV screen with sort of for a lower price than you would pay for a gaming PC, and plus you put a disc in and it just blooming loads and it works. So I kind of went with that. That generation was kind of one that I kind of liked, because that I could play with friends. You paid a small amount of money for the online services, but you played with friends. Is that a plane up there? Yeah, it's a plane just parked in the. That's so weird. Yeah, and you got the services and whatever else is. But of course, I mean, to be fair, the Xbox 360 came out in 2005. Can you believe it? It's nearly 20 years old. Yes. So is it almost 2005? And we're already 20 years old. It's 23 years old. Can you believe it's 23 years old? My God, time does fly. So, no, it's not. Is it? Oh, I don't know. I can't count now. 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 years old. Right, okay, 18 years old. So it's 18 years old, which is a very long time for any console to be still running and providing, I guess, online services. And of course, it's all about money at the end of the day at Microsoft. They don't really care whether or not there are still people running their servers and whatever else is. They just want to make cash. Everybody's very courteous in Sweden. They all kind of move out the way and go slowly when they're turning off and things like that. They're kind of nice. They're pleasant people. The Swedish are lovely people. Yeah, it's a good 18 years is a pretty decent length of time for any console that's within the market. I don't know where PlayStation are with it or Sony are with their one, but yeah, Microsoft are pulling those services.
Rechts halten und dann Ausfahrt rechts nehmen.
I mean, to be honest with you, it was still going strong when this game first came out in 2012. This game is now 11 years old. Sugar. I made a mistake there. I was meant to turn off, but I can turn off up here. I know. Do I have to go under? I'll go through Helsingborg. Yeah, I can go through the city. So this is the funny turn off that I have. This should take me to Malmo. I'm pretty convinced that's how you say it, actually, because I think that Malmo was what was it? Was a footballing thing here. Helsingborg was the team that I played on Sensible World of Soccer and managed to win everything with, including European Cups and all this kind of stuff. And they were also. There we go. Round we go. They were also Malmo was where I started, and then I went to Helsingborg. So those are the two footballing elements to it. Looks like a little pier that's going to be on the edge of the sea. But it isn't. That building there with the green kind of feels sort of like it's a holiday home of some sort. Don't think it is, obviously. Here we go, down this way.
Immer geradeaus.
Yeah, straight on. And I get it. Straight on is where we're going. Can't believe I smashed that truck again. You can probably believe that I smashed that truck again, but I can't believe I smashed that truck again. I was a bit silly there. Watching the red light over the other side of the road. There is definitely. Do you think they put more lean into to an update recently, so the cars are a little bit less sort of more less stable on the road? Don't know. It's just a bit weird. Yeah, weird. Right, we're coming to a roundabout here. Just looking left and right a little bit.
Am Kreisverkehr zweite Ausfahrt nehmen.
Come on. Come on, little brown car. Oh, see, look at the lean on the brown car. Do you think they've put more? They've put more sort of suspension-y things. Oh yeah. Oh, that was. See, he was leaning there as well. There we go. Off we go. Malmo, here we come. Some E numbers there. I'm going to watch the cars as they go around here. I mind you say that. They're not going at speed, so you're not going to see any real lift or G-forces being able to go there. Right. Okay. We've all come to a complete halt on a slip road. Well, we're not on a complete slip road there. Right, okay, so we're very close now, actually, to be honest. In Malmo, 20 kilometres away, so it's not far at all, actually. Still going to get in at 12:21 in the morning. We've actually caught up time. I'm not sure how we did that. Maybe going a bit fast. Not sure. Speeding a little bit. Very weird and wonderful thing. Some bit of if down the GPS there's a little bit of moving around here to get to where I need to be. So we'll have a look at that in a second. And we'll just be going down that way. And there's Malmo there, so that's good. I want to go. I'm going to use Trelleborg to do the Trelleborg. I always think of jelly when I think of that. That's just because I think it's the E's and the L's. Not the Americanized jelly, the British jelly, which is of course Jello in the States. Jelly is jam to the UK. I think it's jam. Do they have a version of what's jam in America? Do they have jam as well? In the old Americas? Is it a jam? It's a query. Hatman will answer that for me, I'm sure. Jelly and jam. Do you have a jam? Or would you have jam? Would you have? Because we have jam on toast and stuff like that. There we go. One left. Sightseer. There we
Immer
go.
geradeaus.
I am actually quite surprised there wasn't a job to go here. Oh god, I nearly went through the red light. Applied the brakes a little late there. Here we go. On we go. There's a mad dash, isn't there, for these electrical vehicles? I was with a out about the other day, and the places I went to, they had a number of depots, and one of the things I did notice is they had electrical charging units in every depot, and then I discovered that the company policy was that a lot of people who were sort of, I guess, management or whatever else were getting electric vehicles, and thus they put charges in all those locations. I mean, obviously that's not going to cover the when you go off on your on your holidays or whatever else is, but it certainly means that you've got some places you can charge that are local to the business. That is just a big old quarry in the middle of that city. So we're going. Oh, this is going to be interesting. We're doing like a loop, look, I think. Ah, this is the loop into this town and then out of the town. And I don't want to do that. I want to go to the. I want to go. Oh, bad driving. I want to go into this town. Another Kathy C again. Although she's collecting small amounts of money, it's only like little bits. €860 down the bottom right corner of the GPS as it flew by. Rewind if you haven't seen it. But yeah, the small amounts of money. But yeah, I guess I don't know. Oh God, lean. Look at the lean on this thing. There's the port. I'm going to drive to the port, by the way. I'm going to ignore the GPS is going to tell me in a second. I'm just going to get in this city and ignore the GPS. Here we are. This should be us. Another off the. Oh shit! Oh God! That was so bad. That driving there was awful. I do apologise.
Am Kreisverkehr dritte Ausfahrt nehmen.
Yeah, go around the roundabout and don't go into the city. I have to go into it anyway, so it's tough. Oh my God. I was wearing the brown pants then for that one. That was a bad one. Made a massive boo-boo with my driving there. I'll stay close over here. You stay over there.
Nimm diese Ausfahrt.
Oh, you're going that way as well, are you? There we go. Right, I'm going to go to this port down here to the Polaris lines.
Okay,
and so
lass
far,
uns
there we
eine
go. I've done
neue
it.
Route finden.
All the Scandinavian cities.
Biegen
Brilliant.
rechts ab.
I think I've got Finland and I've got Germany to do still, I think. As the whole thing, and where we got Warsaw and places like that, so I'm taking the boat. Forget all that rubbish. I'm taking this. Choose possible destination, Rossenburg. There we go. 5 hours. It's completely behind time with it, but I don't care because I avoided that corner of driving. The beef job. We're late. We're going to be late.
Route neu berechnen.
Oh, handbrake's on. It's just past 12 in the morning,
Nach rechts ab.
and we're an hour away. Actually, we're not even that far off the job. Excellent. I can't believe it. We're getting close to being late, but we're not that far off. Okay, it cost me €600 to get across there, nearly €700. But in the scale of things, actually, that was a great way of doing it. That was a bit of a cheat. I quite like it when you do your own. I kind of like it when you do your own mapping of the jobs as well. I'm guessing a lot of truck drivers will do that. I know you can get truck driving GPSs as well, can't you? Specifically for truck drivers, which avoid like low bridges and sort of small roads and things like that. There are very. I don't know if they're built into trucks. I assume they are nowadays. That you would get the those kind of things to avoid sort of difficult journeys. And if they don't exist, which I'm sure they do, but if they don't exist, that's gonna be a struggle. I'm sure I saw one in a charity shop, like in a box. One, it literally just had a picture of a truck on it. So it's like GPS with a truck on it, and I'm sure it said truck driving version of it. It would be interesting to drive like that, wouldn't it? Just to get one of those and drive like a truck driver and see what you avoid and what you don't avoid. You won't get. I don't think you'll get some of the nicer journeys, I guess, because you're dealing with the those truck driving sort of elements. And my wife just telling my daughter I think I'm playing Euro Truck Simulator. There we go. Yeah, I'd be interested to see that, actually, I think. I wonder what the difference in journey times are.
Biege nach links ab.
There we go. Can I see one? I can just see... I can just see a reflection of the light in my mirrors. Okay. Not far away now. 46 kilometres. Bit of a bypass the journey and do what we need to do, but that worked. On the scale of things, that really worked. That was really good. That was clever. That was a smart move. Bit more expensive to travel there, but at the end of the day, it's quite nice to be able to manipulate your route a little bit. Truck behind me, but I should be right getting out. 36 minutes. Game time, that is. No, actually 36 minutes in real life. Then we've got to park this beast at 1 o'clock, at nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, helicopter! The obsession continues. My obsession with helicopters. I have taken a helicopter now, though. Have I taken two or just the one? I think I've only taken the one. I'd like to take a plane. I wonder if they're like small, two-seater plane or something like that. Can't remember what they're called. They're called Cessnas, aren't they? Is that the brand that do the little small planes? They do jets as well. Either way, I'd like to take a plane. I think that's what I'd like to take next. I've got a... I don't think it's going to happen. Taking trains. I like taking trains. That was cool. The alterations in load types is quite cool, especially these ones where they're sort of fully, it's a helicopter. Of course, the bed's now empty, of course, because I've now had a 6-hour sleep. I had a break on the ferry. Kind of resets the counter. Bed's just blue now instead of being very blue. I just love the way the name of the things on the bottom of a helicopter, what they land on, are called skids. Because of course they kind of skid on the ground as they land. I guess a good pilot probably doesn't skid. He's probably going the same place as me. Oh no, he's not going the other way. Didn't see him. Didn't see his indicator. It's very dark out here. Very dark indeed. But we are literally round the corner from our destination. This is brilliant. Cheaty, but brilliant. Avoided it by going to that. I mean, to be fair, I've done that before though. I've used direct cruising routes to kind of get to places. It does work quite nicely. I'm just going to get pulled in here at Rostock. Rostock. It's a good word, actually. I quite like the word. I quite like the name Rostock. There we go. Rostock it is. Slowing down a bit. It's going to stay green. Yes. As we go across. And here's our destination there. Trade Ox. Orcs.
Hier endet es.
Here endeth it. That was very English for German Helga. Right in the middle. Let me have a little look. It's the one right in the middle. Oh, there's loads of space in this car. This parking spot though. So let's get this. Let's just use it. Let's use the space. I try very hard. I do listen to instruction when you give me instruction. You say you've got to you know do your sort of spinning round and whatever to kind of get your truck in. I do listen to these instructions. Whether I do it right is a totally different story, but I do listen. So it's at 150k. I think that's the temperature. Can't be. Right, I'm just going a little bit backwards here before I turn it straight. A little over my shoulder there to kind of get myself If this works, I'll be amazed. Oh, it did. That's beyond belief. Awful parking from my point of view. Literally touching the wall at that side. But I'm going to press the T button and we're going to decouple this thing. We're going to get rid of it. That wasn't bad. Could have been worse. I can't believe we got there on time, actually, though. Nearly level 40. Look, I'm making my way up there. 25,000. That was well worth it, actually. Right, let's find somewhere to park, though, in Rostock for the night. Let's, there's a one here, look at that. Let's go there, and then we've got no excuse not to go there in the future, so let's do that. Right, okay, let's go back to driving.
Los.
Yeah, drive away. There we go.
Biege nach links ab.
That speed bump really got me there.
Rechts ab.
Free roaming. I love the way you get experience of free roaming. I guess it's so you can look at the sights, isn't it? And sights and sounds of wherever you've been to.
Biege nach links ab.
That's it, you stay there. She says the word links a lot. Vegan or links ab.
Demnächst rechts abbiegen.
I'm assuming it's turn, isn't it? Left or right.
Biege nach rechts ab.
Here we go. So the place we're looking for up there, I'm going to assume it's a recruitment agency, but we'll get ourselves parked up. Parking the fence here. Let's have a little look and see what we're doing. Push the engine off. Press the enter key. Let's see where we ended up spending the night in Rostock. Right next to a big chemical factory. Lovely. Nowhere to eat. So I hope we had some food in the truck. But nowhere to eat at all. Nothing at all of interest at all within the area. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.